Up next at 6, Georgia's controversial gun bill is signed into law.
What a great day to reaffirm our liberties.
We take a deep look at what critics are calling the Guns Everywhere bill. Plus, we're learning more about the school employees caught on tape hitting special needs students. And the debate about the Braves' new stadium erupts once again. The news starts now. We begin tonight with Georgia's sweeping new gun law that is garnering the attention of the nation. Today, Governor Deal signed into law the Safe Carry Protection Act. Some call it extreme, others hail it as a victory for the Second Amendment. The law now allows guns in some schools, churches, the airport, restaurants, and bars. 11 Alive has dedicated a team of journalists to cover this big story from all angles this evening. We begin our coverage with Doug Richards.
This is a bill that has put Georgia in a bright national spotlight, and backers of this bill say it is exactly the right kind of spotlight.
Second Amendment rights is very clear.
Governor Deal walked into a heavily armed throng of gun bill backers. What are you carrying today?
45, 6 hour. SIG P938.
It was, they said, the safest spot in Georgia.
It's a 357 Magnum.
Yes, it is a community where we cling to religion and guns.
And it was the place the governor chose to sign the bill broadly expanding gun rights, allowing gun permit holders to carry in an array of new places with some notable exceptions. Should we be able to carry guns into the Capitol?
Absolutely. Anywhere.
A lot of folks in this room would like to see the principles in this bill applied to the state capitol. Why not allow folks to carry guns in the state capitol?
Well, for one thing, we have metal detectors at the state capitol.
Governor, why not allow folks with carry permits to go through the metal detectors with their weapons?
Well, because that is a carved-out area, and it's a uniform carve-out area all across our state.
Is it consistent to allow guns in county courthouses and not allow them in the Capitol?
Well, the county courthouses have the right to exclude them as well.
Those who support the Capitol's security system say it ought to stay gun-free because it is a highly charged environment. This gun bill would be Exhibit A.
Georgia's new gun bill has triggered both criticism and praise, but even amongst people taking aim at the new bill, there seems to be considerable confusion about what's actually in or out of the new law. Lawmakers provided churches and places of worship, restaurants and bars, and schools with what amounts to a legislative yellow light, giving each the option to allow people to carry guns on their property or not. But if you were thinking about bringing a gun into a bar and having a drink or two, that's still against the law. The new law gives gun owners a green light at the airport, allowing them to bring firearms into unsecured areas. But even if you brought that gun to the security checkpoint, the most you'd be hit with is a misdemeanor and a $100 fine, which you can avoid altogether if you simply take your gun and leave. Ironically, guns are still not permitted at the Capitol itself, lawmakers giving a red light to bringing guns to government buildings with security checkpoints and onto college campuses. Even though the governor signed the bill today, the new measures won't take effect until July 1st. In Norcross, Devin Feely, 11 Alive News.
Meantime, tonight, opponents of the new gun law are promising payback at the ballot box next month and next fall. But 11 Alive's Paul Crawley tells us most of Georgia's politicians will most likely benefit from supporting it.
It's really no surprise that the majority of Georgia's Republican-controlled, mostly conservative legislature voted for this bill. If anything, it took them a couple of years to get it through because of the political power of the university system, which persuaded them to leave out the campus carry portion.
Georgia is such a strong pro-gun state that candidates are expected to take the side that most Second Amendment advocates are going to be on.
Kennesaw State University professor Kerwin Swint points out most Georgians and their politicians love guns and want to have them to protect themselves. In fact, one of Governor Deal's opponents in next month's Republican primary says the law doesn't go far enough. Dalton Mayor David Pennington issued a statement accusing Deal of forgetting to mention, quote, the failure of campus carry and other bills that protect our Second Amendment rights, end quote. Even Democratic State Senator Jason Carter, who will probably oppose Deal next fall, voted for the gun bill. Today he issued a statement saying he worked on, quote, concerns that were raised regarding college campuses and to ensure places of worship have a real choice on whether to allow guns, end quote.
As a Georgia Democrat, Jason Carter is more in line with a lot of Georgians on that issue. He is a Second Amendment supporter.
While many opinion polls show a majority of Georgians emotionally concerned or even opposed to this law, Professor Swint says most of those who show up at the polls tend to be pro-Second Amendment.
Georgians are showing up on social media. 50 million comments, including the words Georgia and gun, have been sent, seen, or clicked today. Our heat map shows where the conversation is hot, of course here in Georgia, but also as far away as Texas, New York, and California. You've been using 11 Alive's Facebook page all day to voice your opinion. The comment with the most traction, with likes and replies, goes to Don Slate. He said, "We've got expressways and rental trucks if you don't like Georgia." Another term being used a lot today on social media with this story, the new Wild West. You can voice your opinion right now on our 11alive.com poll. Do you approve of Georgia's new so-called guns everywhere law? Text yes or no to 25543. Julie Wolf, 11 Alive News.